Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Numithrandor. Let me pick up right where we left off last time. I finally found the blasted cave that I was looking for. It was really right at the front of that area. And I wandered right past the whole bloody while. It just works. Just works like that sometimes. And now we have ants to slaughter. To vent my frustration with that turn of events. Newman. Yeah, now that I think about it, I did make a slight mistake last time. I said that the Black Knife Assassins were Nurnen. Then I meant to say Newmen. The assassins that carried out the deeds of the Night of the Black Knives were all women, and rumored to be Newmen, who had close ties with Marika herself. Yeah, I don't know why I said Nurnen. I must have been thinking about something else. And we have a whole bunch of queen ants. I know for a fact the second I drop down there to deal with them, all of their servants are going to drop down on my head. Oh, looks like they came out of it early. Well, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Looks like I am going to have to get down there into the thick of it, though. Oh well. They'll be ready to deal with it at any rate. Number 6. I was kinda hoping that would allow the normal R1 to be a one-shot kill, but no such luck. Two-shotting them isn't still pretty good, though. Don't chatter at me. You were guarded by your queen. Yeah, my lock-on wouldn't move past the queen for a second there. Plenty of Newmen runes. A nice consolation for just how long this ended up taking me. But now I find my prize at last. Elden Stars. Finally. Ay, that took far longer than I ever bloody meant it to. Oh well. Now, we have a meeting to attend. So I'll see you all when I return. Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Numithrandor. And well, now that we're essentially done exploring Deeproot, more or less, with a few kerfuffles along the way, i.e., spending half an age looking for Elden Stars, mostly for its lore significance, frankly. Matter of fact, now that I've mentioned it, why don't we actually look into it? This legendary incantation is the most ancient of those that derived from the Erdtree. Creates a stream of golden shooting stars that assail the area. It is said that long ago, the Greater Will sent a golden star bearing a beast into the lands between, which would later become the Elden Ring. Yep, the Elden Beast. The very creature that apparently fused to Marika to make her the true god of the Golden Order. So, annoying as it was to find that spell, I do believe it was worth the effort just for that bit of lore. But now it's time to meet with the son. Though it remains of the son of Marika and Godfrey. Godwyn the Golden. And only a smidgen of that gold now remains. Just his hair. The rest has become putrescence. And now... well... we shall have to see, won't we? Oh, there it is. I was beginning to wonder. Yep, gonna have to do better than block against me. I am armed with a sword gifted to me by Rani herself. Rocher. Now this makes me wonder. The Rocher we knew is dead. So is this simply a figment of him? Or did Fia take this from him? When she laid with him, shared her warmth with him. Is this the bit of HP that's always taken? Oh, no. Ooh, I've hit a wall, literally. Ooh, bolt of Grandsax. Unfortunately for you, I have some of my own sorcery. The good thing that doesn't, do Death Blight build-up as well. Honestly, I wouldn't be that far removed, considering all the skulls. And this is why I keep a Dula's Moonblade. Nope. You lived. Ow. Okay, enough. Yeah, you're using the Bolt of Grandsax. That got closer than I would have liked it a couple of times. But I was actually beginning to wonder whether I had failed to fully prepare this questline. Because it just took so long for them to actually turn up. But yeah, my guess is when she delivers the Baldecan's blessing and gives it to you, she takes some of your life force. And I suppose the champions that she summoned, including poor Roger, those were fragments of the life that she took from them. So I suppose, in a way, we just slew all that remained of Roger. I would make Fia pay dearly for that. But there are other things that I need from her. I wonder if we could have taken back what Fia stole. Could we have used that fragment of life to restore Roger after his curse in the depths? The depths of the castle of Godric. I fear what happened in Stormvale cannot be undone. Perhaps Ronnie might have done something, but... well, she was unwilling to meet with him. And by the time we were high enough in her favor, certainly long before we even got the Moonlight Sword, even then, well, Roger was already dead, already lost to us. But now, Fia, what have you to say now?
Ah, there you are. I knew you would come. What is it you intend? To deny us and our ways, like the dogmatic brutes of the Golden Order?
In truth, I revile the Two Fingers and all that they have done. The Golden Order will burn. Though, considering that I have already rejected the Three Fingers, well, in this case, I should more appropriately say that it shall be frozen. It shall be bathed in the light of the moon. But that is for a later time. And as it happens, my beloved is far away, lost to the stars. And yet I remain a man of flesh and blood. And I have needs of my own. No, I want to be held.
You are an odd one. I am the guardian of those who live in death. They call me a foul and rotten witch. Yet you still wish to be held by me?
There is little enough comfort in the lands between, Lady Fia. Let us talk in secret.
Have you ever seen a Hallowbrand? When the first of the demigods died, his flesh was marked with the half-wheel wound of the centipede. Godwyn's Hallowbrand has since been recovered at the Round Table Hold. But there is another Hallowbrand out there somewhere, and I must find it before the time comes we receive our Lord.
I believe I know of what you speak. You speak of the curse mark of death. Of destined death, indeed.
When Godwyn died, a Hallowbrand scored his flesh, but another exists. Another mark in the shape of the half-wheel wound of the centipede, and I must find it before the time comes we receive our Lord. My hands will be dirtied once more by the deed. Will you still let me hold you? even then?
I have the very thing that you seek, Fia. And I wonder, was Ronnie aware of you and of Godwin's fate? And in giving to me the key to enter the Divine Tower and find her remains, did she intend that I give the curse mark to you? Did she think, perhaps, that Godwin might be restored? Would that be something Ronnie desired? Godwin the Golden, most beloved of all the demigods. And I wonder, did Ronnie feel for him? Again, I'm forced to question the Newman, and the entirety of the Night of the Black Knives, and who, precisely, was ultimately to blame. Ronnie stole a piece of destined death, or at least performed the ritual that created the Black Knives. Well, no knowing yet. We'll have to delve into this later. For now, Fia, take the curse mark of Ronnie the Witch.
This is the other Hallowbrand. How did you... Oh, my utmost thanks. With this, Godwin can take his rightful place as first of the dead, and claim a second, illustrious life. You are our true champion. And though I can't be of any use to you, can I hold you tight? If only for a moment.
The radiant Baldachin's blessing. We must speak, Fia, one last time.
I will soon lay with Godwin, and it will surely stir within me the new life of the Golden Prince, and first dead of the demigods, as the rune of those who live in death. Please, do one thing for me. Brandish this child, my rune, and take for yourself the throne. Stay the persecution of those who live in death by becoming our Elden Lord. I will soon lay with Godwin to conceive my child, the rune. Brandish my rune, and take for yourself the throne. Stay the persecution of those who live in death by becoming our Elden Lord.
Farewell, Fia. I fear that matters have gone beyond your keeping. And soon, all shall end. And it shall not be those who live in death who rule in the lands between by this end. No, the moon shall shine over all. Now, we must wait. Let's go here, why not? Time must pass, and fear must advance. She must lay with Godwin, or what remains of him. And there is nothing I may do to save her now. Not that I would bother, in truth. She is a murderess. And as I pointed out, she may very well have robbed Ugh. Robbed poor Roger of a chance he might have had to live. There is little care I have for fear, in truth. And we're here in Lindell. Oh. While we're here, there's something I must do for Bach. I picked up a strange little thing on my travels. A prattling pate, as it's called. But right before that, now we can see the direct comparison between the Baldaquin's blessing and the Radiant Baldaquin. The Baldaquin's blessing reads, "Favor bestowed by a deathbed companion. Protection of a hidden temple in the guise of a bedchamber. The favor allows one to forget any aches and pains. In death, there is only peace, for in death, there can be no sensation." And then the Radiant Baldaquin's blessing reads thusly, "Protection of a hidden temple in the guise of a bedchamber. This blessing is of the utmost rarity. Use FP to temporarily raise poise. The effect lasts longer than a mere favor. It is said a deathbed companion will only produce a blessing of this kind for a champion but once in her entire life, the sole blessing which she imbues of her own volition." Oh well. On the one hand, that makes me feel a bit sad to think that the only person she ever laid with of her own choice was me. That is kinda sad in its own way. But all the others she laid with were for the job, so to speak, for her role. Still, she murdered D, Hunter of the Dead. There is no absolution for that deed. But now we have the prattling pate. You're beautiful. Twisted clay sculpt in the shape of a demi-human head, emits a voice that says, "You're beautiful." A wistful fetish, that imparts voices and words on an eternal journey. Unconditional love, unrestrained assurance. It must have been a mother speaking.
You're beautiful.
Bulk the seamster at your service, my lord. Ready to make adjustments to your garments.
And there it is. You heard a voice, did you, Bach?
Did I just hear my mum speaking? Thank you very much. Mum was always the only one who said I was beautiful. And now, my dear lord, let me hear her voice. Oh, please, if I may dream just once, do you feel the same way my mum did, my lord? Do you think I'm beautiful, despite these looks?
You have a beautiful soul, Bach, and I would not see it tarnished.
Oh, my lord, My dear lord, I, Bok the Seamster, am forever in your service. May the throne of Elden Lord be yours.
I thank you, Bach. I accept wholeheartedly your loyal service. May we never be parted.
Going already, my lord. Please do be safe on your journeys.
I will do all that I may. I have no intention of dying. Ever, indeed. And now we have saved Bach from the grim fate that awaited him otherwise. Now, we go back to Fear at the Prince of Death's throne. Now this might be somewhat annoying. I may have to jump back and forth a couple of times. Because I need to wait for Fear to fall asleep. And until she does, we cannot advance this quest. Nope, she's still awake. So let's speak to her again.
This is goodbye, my dear, but I am satisfied. I choose to lie with Godwin of my own will, not the remains of one chosen for me, and I will bear a child who will inherit your warmth too. What greater blessing could there be but to be born a deathbed companion?
I can think of many things better than to be born for the sole purpose of lying with corpses. Then I shall not be cruel, and I will not voice my disgust with the idea. Not to her, at least. To do so would merely be cruel. But now she is asleep, and we may interact to touch her and enter into the deathbed dream, where we shall meet a friend, a poor soul who loved Godwin the Golden, and who was ruined in the name of that love. The Dragon Fortisax. Yep. And right off the bat, Tish gets hit. Oh. Now this is phenomenal. Now this is one of the best spectacle fights in the entirety of FromSoft's catalog. It really is. Nope. Knocked me over, but didn't do me any damage, so that's fine. Oh, no, speaking of damage. Oh, that should have hit him. Okay, gonna have to be careful that I don't get blasted. Fall. Ooh. I just wish that went on longer, honestly. But now I've bested the Lich Dragon. Ay ay. Quite the achievement, I dare say. As I said, I just wish it were longer. I do also wish there were an armor set more directly associated with it. But, oh well. Fia. And her mending rune. Be wary of dragon. Yes, indeed. Though honestly, I kinda wish you hadn't written that, as you spoil the fun for those who first enter Fia's dream. But now Fia's dream comes to a most brutal end.
Ha! Prince of Death, take a good long look. See the wrath of the Golden Order, the Order's justice writ in blood. This is what's become of your precious witch. Naught but expired meat and bone. This is a proper death, O Prince. Look at this rotten whore. No more children can be got from this useless flesh. Behold, your mother is dead. This is revenge, you witch, and you ghoul. This is the wrath of D.
D, beholder of death. The brother of D, hunter of those who live in death. And this moment is rather reminiscent of what became of the... Oh, what was it? I remember the Queen in Bloodborne. The name of the place... Canehurst. The Queen of Canehurst Castle was slain in a rather similar, though far more grisly, fashion. Though in her case, we could actually revive her. I fear there is no such opportunity for Fia. Her death is true.
Ah, hello. The rotten witch is dead. The Golden Order unsullied. Now I can look my brother Darian in the eye. Honeyed rays of gold, deliver my spirit. Darian, now I have no regrets. Honeyed rays of gold, deliver my spirit.
And upon Fia's bed is left her attire. And the madness of D will be his end.
Darian, now I have no regrets. Honeyed rays of gold, deliver my spirit.
I fear that the light you seek will not grant you salvation. It certainly did not bring salvation to anyone after the shattering. Not even to those who had once served it most faithfully. Radon, in particular, springs to mind as a cruel joke on the behalf of the greater will. Instead of curing him of the blight that had destroyed his mind, They left him for ages long to wander in misery and insanity. Similarly, Melania. They abandoned her to her rot as well. What justice is there in any of that? In any of the fates of the demigods? If the greater will were anything other than tyrannical madness, none of this would have happened. And once more we have the twinned armor, but now added to it is the inseparable sword. Let's see. There it is. Sword forged by compounding silver and gold. A sacred weapon to hunt those who live in death. Deals holy damage. The inseparable twins found solace in the Golden Order, the only institution not to revile them as accursed beings. And we have the armor once more as well. Where has it got to? Ah, there we go. Armor depicting entwined twins of gold and silver. The two known as D are inseparable twins. They are of two bodies and two minds, but one single soul. Not once do they stand together. Not one word do they speak to one another. Perhaps this armor longs to find its way to the other D. Well, if they share a single soul, are they united again, now that one is dead? Or is it simply that they are now both lost forever? One never being whole again without his twin. A grim notion, I dare say, but one that would be all too fitting for the horrors of the land between. And now I will rid myself of the Baldecan curses. Frankly, I never saw much of a use for these things. They simply do not last long enough. And you can only get one of the Radiant anyway. Oh, wrong button.
You have returned. What is it?
I have slain yet another demigod. Another great power. Remembrance of Lich Dragon Fortisax, hewn into the Erdtree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the Finger Reader. Alternatively, it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. After Godwyn the Golden became the Prince of Death, the ancient dragon fought long and hard against the death within its companion. Alas, victory was never achieved, and its only reward was corruption. Incantation that channels the power of the ancient dragon Fortisax creates two spears of red lightning and stabs them into the ground from above, one after another. On impact, each spear will burst into trails of lightning covering the area. During the War of the Ancient Dragons, these twin red lightning stakes were the hallmark of one ancient dragon who was called the mightiest boulder stone. Death Lightning. Incantation that channels the power of the ancient dragon Fortisax, now corrupted by death. Strike surroundings with a storm of death lightning. Inflict death blight upon foes. Charging extends duration of the storm. It is said that this golden lightning was wielded by Godwyn, who befriended Fortisax. As I said, a tragedy that befell the dragon.
Now go let the words.
I will not follow their commands any longer. I would slay them here if I had the power. But I believe we will end today's episode here. Yes. Fear and D. Both of the twinned Ds. They have met their end. And so I too shall end here. If you have enjoyed this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And do watch the other parts of this series. It has been going for a fair while now. And as always, have a good day.